Stray kitty, 2 p.m. Saturday, December 16. She ate the vegetarian food. Oh, she doesn't look so thin now. I put .com in the bathroom so .com wouldn't scare her away. Pretty kitty. Another drop off because she's pregnant? What a sweet face. She liked her food. Ear mites. Sweet kitty. You get dropped off because you're pregnant, right? She ate all vegetarian food. She doesn't run away. She's got a nice shelter out there that Mary Kilser built her. Now the other kitty looked like this kitty, but the other kitty was black. It is not the same kitty. Want more food, kitty? Don't be afraid. Glennie will take care of you. Gotta get her some water. Don't run away, kitty. I want you to come in the house where it's warm and you have a nice soft blanket to sleep on. That's the second dish of vegetarian food she's eaten. That's nice, kitty. You just stay around here, okay? And there's a nice house of straw. A lovely house, all straw inside and all straw around the outside, right under that tree, kitty. Yeah, a lovely shelter for you. Oh, and I put out water for her. This is stray kitty number 7. I keep .com away from her. Pretty face. Very pretty face. She's female. Go into your nice house under the cedar tree. Okay, it's about 2:15 p.m. Andrew Hersman called me and he says that Canon makes a camcorder that will take a signal from a VCR. Now, if I understood this correctly, folks, that means I can videotape on my Sony with the Easy Cam and the beautiful Carl Zeiss lens that gives such beautiful color and the digital, and take the signal from the Sony and put it into the VCRs, and take the signal out of a VCR and put it into the titling machine, and put the titling machine signal back into the VCRs, down to 9 VCRs to make 8 dubs at the same time, and then take the signal out of the VCR simultaneously and put it into the Canon, and then I'll have the titles on mini DV. The problem is that, and you can only do mini DV to a computer. You can't do an analog to a computer, that is a VHS. So it has to be a mini DV. So maybe that will work. Tremendous progress with stray kitty number 7, right? Look at this. Approximately 24 hours. And after 10 times opening the door and waiting for her, she finally came in last night, and it was 30 degrees. And she's well pampered cat, or who was a well-pampered cat. And the first thing she did, I went back to bed at 4:30. I got her in 4:30 a.m. And I went back to bed, and within 2 minutes, she was on my stomach. .com was in the bathroom.
In-mail details tray is empty. These are the charities, wildlife.
I never seen a cat sleep that way.
David Barron is not a charity.
Do you think she's a girl cat or a boy cat? And is she a girl cat? Is she expecting babies? She's loquacious. She talks a lot. What do you say, .com? .com, you're very good about her, sharing your house with her. Yeah, your palace. Oh, what's going on here? This is the 9th edition out of 17. What's that mean? 17 half hours. A chat with Glendora piled up this month, and then there's about 3 or 4 editions in there yet to videotape.
MCI residential, that's the best deal I know for telephone.
What will we do? Thank you, Walter Sands. We picked up these tapes from Yorktown. It's an exciting life. There's so many blessings. There's just never ask for anything more. Who could ask for anything more? There's a new Sony Mini DV camcorder, $325.
As often as you want, and it's still a flat rate.
These are 30-minute tapes. What's his name?
Meldrum Reformed Church.
Great Neck. They want only half-hour tapes, and that's discrimination, but we'll let them get by with it. So we cater to them. And we're putting openings on all the tapes to cater to New Haven, because they want a countdown. You know, there's just no need of that. Just put the tape on and cablecast it as it is. And we have lots and lots of chaos behind. And what happens when you cross a owl with a goat? What do you get? A hootenanny. And Linda Becker, she got that one. And we're waiting. We put in 2 emergency calls for food for the cats. So we'll see how... They better get here by the middle of the afternoon at least, or we'll have to ask another neighbor. That's the Episcopalian Church in Hudson. It's beautiful. Ornate. Okay, let's continue with 1 to 5, God first. What do you want to put down here? I'm counting blessings. On 1 to 5 here. On December 17th, Sunday. I'm going to put down you. TV audience. Rescued a cat. Susan, kitty cat down in Peekskill. Rescues 3 or 4 cats a day, 20 a week. And I think I'm something because I rescued 1. Oh, 2, Fountain.com. What do we want down here? Temperature 40 degrees. Garage full of VHS tapes returned by TV stations. Thank you, TV stations. Don't ask for it, Glendora. Don't ask for any more. Yeah, but this is for the sake of the sun. You know, no aerosol. Sun, beautiful sun. Covered by aerosol. Well, folks, there turned out to be another run, the 16th edition. I wanted to finish Carnicom.
Environmental modifications, electromagnetic
and
energy, and military operations.
That's a lot of dubs. How many is it, folks? What is 16 times 8? 128, and 8 more here is 136 dubs. Plus these quads. There's 4 programs on each, and there's 5, 10, 15, 20 quads. So that's 80. What's 136 and 80? 246? We did 246 shows. Dubs yesterday and today.
Should a democratic people cede to its government the full responsibility of determining when
Plus, we rescued a cat.
subjects are necessary to protect the nation's security?
I found an old tape here, came in from Harrison.
Never truly addressed.
I'm kind of suspicious of it because it's Judy and David way back in the summer of 2005.
It is a fact, however unpleasant.
So I'm keeping it out, and I'll give it to them.
That biological components have been repeatedly identified in a series of atmospheric over a period of several years.
No sun all day.
The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has refused to identify.
I don't think we had any sun all week again, did we?
Demonstrated to contain biologicals of the same form. These components appear to involve the use of desiccation, freeze drying, and aerosol distribution.
December 17th. It's done. How long is it from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.? 9 hours? So 9 hours, 40 minutes. You want to see all of the machines turned off? Well, the machines want to see it turned off. They've had enough. 3 whole days of this, so let's turn off this switch. There goes those 5, 6 VCRs. And let's do this one. And then let's lie down. And there's the output. I get 146. How many do you get? 8 times 16. Plus the quads. There's 80 of those. $146 and 80. 246, isn't it? Would that be 246 shows? 16 editions, 8 copies of each, plus 20 quads. And what do you get when you cross an owl with a goat? You are right, a hootenanny. And that's what we saw all day long, God commanding light. These were all electromagnetic waves to shine out of darkness. December 17th. Look who's on top of the 210 TV programs. The stray kitty didn't come back. I guess she didn't like us. That's a sure bet, folks. A bag and a cat. I went to the Calvary Assembly of God Church tonight, and they fed 65 people. It's a free supper every Monday night, and it was started by Kathy Judiski. And I have seen it develop from 25 people to about 65 people. Whee! She does it so fast I couldn't follow it, folks. What do you call what do you get? What do you get when you cross an owl with a goat? A hootenanny. And here's your pure thought for the day from Luke 2. And the glory of the Lord shone around them. Folks, the glory of the Lord shines around you. Take it in. Think about it. Notice it. Keep it in the front of your mind. Here's the cat I rescued. We named him Sebastian. Johann Sebastian Bach. I think he's a boy. He's a very nice kitty. He's a people cat. He likes people. .com doesn't seem to mind him. He doesn't pay any attention to .com. Sebastian. He's stray kitty number 7. This one I succeeded in rescuing. Over there on the couch, you see 2 shows going to LTV, to Patrice Jacobson, who is a very fine person. The next 2 are going to Riverhead, to Bob Clement, who is a favorite of mine. The next 2 are going to Hauppauge. They're bad. They violated first come and first serve. There's nothing to sneeze at, Sebastian. And the next 2 are going to Nassau, Diane Bennett, an old acquaintance since 1993. 13 years. The next 2 are going to Great Neck, to Shirley Bruno and Sandy and Grace and Ferguson. And the next 2 are going to Yonkers. The next 1 is going to Yorktown, to Walter Sands, who likes our jokes. And the next one is going to Peekskill. The last one's going to Peekskill. I don't know. I don't know where that one's going. And then a 3rd show is going to those people. So I'll put that pile over onto that pile. And it's December 18, the 3rd week of December, the 2nd to last week of this wonderful year, 2006. Where's your pure thought? Where is it? Right up here. Pure thought. Because of our sin, we were separated from our holy God. Oh, that's terrible. because God has all the power and all the say and all the sway. So get rid of our sin. Whatever we've done wrong, get down on your knees and say, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. I wished I hadn't done it. I want to make up for it. What's the longest word in the English language? Smiles. Between the first letter and the last letter is a mile. That's it. Something indigenous in a cat. Eat, wash, and sleep. Vegetarian dinner on December 19th, Tuesday. Parmesan. No, it is no Parmesan. No, no cheese, no animal products. Eggplant, sautéed in Italian breadcrumbs, just in water, no egg. Green beans. And now we'll put the gravy on it. This is what Italians call gravy and what we call tomato sauce. No animal products, no murdering, terrorizing, sludging, sledgehammering, blood all over the floor, animal violence, nothing like that. No murdering of animals. December 19th, Tuesday, the first 10 are wrapped. What's that mean is the first 10 TV stations are given 3 programs each. There's the second 10 over there being worked on. And under the bed is Sebastian Cat. And where is the Fluffy Cat? And this is 2 Super VHSs for New Haven TV and Brooklyn TV. I wish they wouldn't do that. Then there's no need of it. It doesn't gain a thing. And these are to be assigned and wrapped. The 1980 started right up. I did what Dennis told me to do. He says you disconnect the terminals and then the battery doesn't run down. And surely enough, it started up after a week without being charged by the little Black & Decker charger. So both cars are running perfectly. Ed was trying to impress his new girlfriend. She says, what did your father do? And Ed says he's an exporter. And Ed's buddy set her straight. He said, yep, he used to work for Amtrak. We had a few minutes of sunshine today, but that's it. Last week was without sunshine, just about.
It seems that the crafty powers that control the great land
And this week so far, no sunshine.
are about to choke us into submission.
But
The United States Incorporated declared
great
bankruptcy
tidings.
when in 1933 President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the author of American
Great joy.
Socialism, declared
This is the season of
6072, 6102, 6111, and
great tidings,
6200.
good tidings of great joy. Folks, this is what you call a sunrise. And it's probably the only sun you're going to see all day because of these miserable aerosol poison clouds. Miserable aerosol poison clouds out there to get you. And that's the way it's been all week. And this is Wednesday. It might be the winter solstice, or maybe tomorrow's the winter solstice. And now, that's as far south as the sun is going to rise in the east. And then it's going to rise farther and farther north until we have the longest day of the year, the vernal equinox. And it rose at 7:37. Folks, we've wrapped 35 tapes. This is the first 10. 1 to 10. And each package has 3 shows in it. So it'll take care of 3 weeks. Christmas week, New Year's week, and the second week in January. And that's 11 to 20. That one, I guess. And this one's 21 to 30. This one's 31 to 35. And here is what is left. The postage is heavy on that. Each one is $2.07. Some are more, but none is less. This is what is left to be wrapped. And I think there's about 8 TV stations left. 3 times 8 is 24. And the pure thoughts come from Luke 2. The Christmas story. See this thing that has come to pass. The Lord has made known to us. Now that also applies to your happiness. What has come to pass is the first thing in the morning. Spend your alone time with God. They made widely known. That's good, because you're going to be happy, and then you're going to show others how they can be happy. And that's what all of these videotapes are about. Your happiness. Those are the last 2 lists of TV stations over there. And they pondered them in their hearts. What you should ponder in your heart, your alone time with God every morning, and rejoice about something every 15 minutes. And have pure thoughts in between, and these are the pure thoughts. Glorifying and praising God. Well, that's natural. How can you help but do that? All the things that they had heard and seen. And here's the meditation on it. And the devotional I use, there are many, many devotionals, and they are all good. This is a very popular one, Our Daily Bread. Give them this day our daily bread. I do. Every day I give them their daily bread. The animals. I'm taking up painting professionally. Oh, really? His friend said, who hadn't seen him for a long time. Have you sold anything? Yes. My car, my TV set, and my watch. The ship's steward trying to console the worried passengers as they were going over rough seas. Keep in mind, dear folks, passengers, we are only 2 miles from land. Straight down. 31 to 40. Almost. We got 31 to 38 there. Are you proud of us, folks? That we try to get the word out? That we work so hard and we don't get paid for it? Are you proud of us? Well, I think it's makes us jubilant. So that's what's done. And this is what is left. That's gone down considerably. And all the time, what is our pure thought? Glorifying, praising, and glorifying God. Yeah. And we got sunshine today. So far, it's a haze and there's some aerosol, but there are shadows, meaning there is sunshine. Sunshine coming through the window. Glorifying and praising God for all this. This is the Christmas story. Praising and glorifying God for all the things that they had heard and seen. That's Luke 2. The little old lady's down on the platform at Grand Central Station, and she hears the conductor say, "This train goes to Buffalo in 10 minutes. And she said, "Marvelous! Last time it took 8 hours." This is the last one being wrapped, folks. And my neighbor's going to take me to the Valencia post office and the laundromat. And we're going to post 43 packages. Maybe it's 44 or 45. And this is all, and each one, by the way, costs $2.07, and some of them will cost up to $3. And this is all that is left. That's a pretty close, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just 9 overruns. This is Bruce Bergman. Bruce Bergman's blue Corvette. What is it? Oh, don't tell me. See if I can remember. Metallic, blue. What is it, Bruce? Metallic. Tell me, Bruce. What is it? Metallic.
Oh, I forgot. I think it's laser blue metallic, something like that.
Yeah. Well, it looks lovely. Oh, it's beautiful. This is a new kitty I rescued. His name is Sebastian, from John Sebastian Bach. Yeah. Have you made up your mind if you want to come in? This is the cat I'm in the process of rescuing. We named him Sebastian after Jean Sebastian Bach. This is the winter solstice, December the 21st, 2006, Anno Domini. And wouldn't you know, we're not going to see it because of the aerosol, the clouds. And this is the very, very thing, folks, that I'm sending to Washington, D.C. Carnicom is telling what's being happened. Our atmosphere is being controlled. Therefore, our life is being controlled. These jets exude this poison in the sky. Experimentation on human subjects without their consent. That's you, folks. This is how bad it has become.
As unwitting human subjects for open-air germ warfare testing conducted in the public domain by officials of our own government. Furthermore, he poses the critical question: should a democratic people cede to its government the full responsibility of determining when secret tests on unwitting subjects are necessary to protect the nation's security? It appears that this key issue was never truly addressed, and that almost 30 years later, this responsibility
Carnicom.com, www.carnicom.com. Poison is being put into your sky.
The consideration may be that biological components have been repeatedly identified in a series of tests of atmospheric samples over a period of several years. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has refused to identify physical material that has been demonstrated to contain biologicals of the same form. These components appear to involve the use of desiccation, freeze drying, and aerosol distribution methods, exactly the same methods itemized within the private contractor listing of the Senate hearings. Evidence further indicates that extremely advanced biotechnical methods are likely to be a part of the development and delivery process. To date, no professional or public medical professionals have attempted to duplicate the test methods and results, and the evidence continues to be provided only through independent citizen activism.
Carnicom exposes, the EPA covers up, and Glendora sues.
There is currently no prospect of government hearings on the aerosol issue, and the reality of the evidence continues to be denied by public officials. And lastly, although more conceptual in nature than our earlier discussion on environmental modification, electromagnetic, military, and biological aspects of the aerosol issue, it is not unreasonable to consider interactions with the Earth as a whole. It is not impossible that there may be connections between the energy levels of this altered plasma of the Earth and geophysical processes, including Earth changes. There has been increased attention in recent months
Carnicom.com.
by scientific organizations, mainstream media, and the Defense Department itself on dramatic Earth.
This one is going to Washington, D.C. and Danbury, Connecticut.
These discussions center on major climatic change and geophysical field changes, such as the magnetic field. Under disclosure is the likelihood that these changes occur much more rapidly now altered atmosphere.
Jets and poison. Clouds that rob us of our blue sky. Carnicom exposes it, the EPA covers up, and Glendora sues. Do you know what you're looking at, folks? You're looking at a brand new Sony Mini DV. The next model up from this model that we've been with for, I think, February 2005. Could that be? Maybe. And you wouldn't think that this, the one I'm holding in my hand and the one that you know, is a Sony Mini DV camcorder. I have to turn it upside down to get his numbers. Just a second. DCR HC21. And this is a H26. And this H21 was such a good camera. I never saw how anybody could improve upon it, and yet they have. They've added new things. They don't want the door to load the cassette. They don't want it on the bottom anymore, the way they did the HC21. We'll call them junior and senior, okay? I'm holding senior, and you're looking at junior. They want it to open from the side. And this one, the other one, opens from the bottom. So they changed that. But they did something, and by the way, it says push here. He inserts, he ejects, and he threads himself. Isn't that terrific? Isn't that terrific? However, they took away the built-in lens cap. That is too bad. Now we've got a dangling lens cap. That is just too bad. And it's so much better for the lens. These are the very expensive, elegant Carl Zeiss lens. And it's much better for the lens to have an automatic lens cap. Look, let me show it to you. I'm going on the HC21, which has the automatic lens cap. Watch. See? And he's still recording. Isn't that great? And it's a little button on the side. So that's unfortunate. They moved the DC input from underneath the battery to the right side of the battery. Let me turn him on for you. I'll open his LCD screen. See, what went bad on this HC21 is I wore out the LCD screen. You know, videotaping so much and then playing back to get it onto the VCRs for the TV stations. Can you see it? You want to set the clock? 2006 is right, so you push this one to put in the January, and so you back it up to December. Can you see all this? And then you go over to the date and back it up to the 21st. This is the winter solstice, the great winter solstice. The sun stands still, and then in a couple of days when the sun rises in the east to the farthest north, then it starts rising farther and farther and farther south, so that the days get longer and longer and longer. Let's back it up. Five, 26, 4, 23, 22, there it is, the winter solstice. Now get the time in. It's 12 a.m. Let's go back. 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m. And now for the minutes. Let's go backwards because it's 2 o'clock. We'll go backwards to 1:55. 7, 6, 5, and he's set. Now how do you go and videotape? I guess you just videotape. We're videotaping black. That's okay. And the turn on and turn off is a little bit easier. And now we'll charge his battery, his brand new battery. See the little yellow light come on? There it is. See that light right there is charging the battery. And we'll close his LCD. I'm going to use only my fingernails, never the tip of my finger, because of the residue on your fingers. There he is, $325 at Circuit City. And you know how mad I am, or excuse me, how angry I am at Circuit City. But I'm so happy with the camcorder, I may forget the $20. I may not call the library information and find out who the chief executive officer is of Circuit City, and may not twist his arm to get back that $20, because they told me it was $279 when I went up, and when I got there it was $299. And a very bad person who worked for Circuit City, so-called manager, did an atrocious job of assuaging a customer's feelings. He's got to learn. He's so young and he doesn't know that the customer is always right. Right or wrong, the customer is always right. Learn that. That's what the owner of the store told the employee. The owner of the store says, I saw you arguing with a customer. And I want you to understand that the policy of this store strictly is the customer is always right. Now, do you understand that? And the employee said, yes, sir. And the owner says, what were you arguing about? And the employee said, he said you were an idiot. So I'm so pleased with this new Sony Mini DV Cam HC26 Junior that I may not fetch that $20 out of principle. Not that $20 is anything these days. I give out $20 bills all over the place. Did I tell you about the college student? He's going to State University of New York at Albany, and when we came out of Circuit City, we went to the all-vegetable fruit store, and he bought all kinds of things, and then came to cash out, and he didn't have the money. So he left the store, and I ran after him. I said, I'll pay it. He says, you sure you want to do this? And I said, yes. And I gave him the $20. And he said again, are you sure you want to do this? And Mary Kilser said, I know she wants to do this. I know her. And then you want to hear the top of the story? Okay. George McDermott was down in Maryland, and he'd run out of gas, and he was over at the side of the road, and he's been waiting for 2 hours and a half for his wife to come and give him money to get the gas, and it's nighttime. And this stranger comes along, and he looks at George McDermott's truck, which has the signs all over it. Crooked courts, dirty judges, broken down courts, see a chat with Glendora.com, see secretjustice.com. All of these big signs. And the man is looking at them all, and he walks around the truck. And he says, I think I'll sue George McDermott. And George McDermott told him that he was just there waiting for his wife to come to give him money. He ran out of gas. And he was waiting for his wife to come to give him the money for the gas. And the man took out $20. The same amount, folks, as in Albany. And gave George McDermott the $20 for gas. Isn't that something? Do you remember the $140 that I sent to Andrew Hersman? Out on a Friday, was in sometime in November. I sent out $140 to Andrew to help him. And in that day's mail, I opened it up, and here's $140 to Glendora from Kevin Williams in Nassau County. I'm waiting for you to think about it, folks. The exact amounts each time. And it's happened twice. Within 2 months. What is it? Romans 18:8 or 16:8? All things work for good for those who love God. So I didn't finish the story. Talking about yesterday, December 20th, Wednesday. It was 8 hours to videotape. That was over a period of 4 weeks. It was 16 hours to put the titles on the programs. It was 8 hours to make 8 dubs each of 16 editions. That's like 124 shows. And then it was 14 hours to wrap them all. And then Mary took me to the post office, the Ghent post office, and I invited her to lunch, and we were just ready to go when my friend Bruce Bergman shows up with his laser metallic blue Corvette. And I told Bruce that I had forgotten about our Wednesday appointment for lunch. So we put the two of them together, and all three of us went to lunch at the Whitestone. And I didn't take videotapes for you, and I should have. And we mailed 43 packages of Chat with Glendora to the TV stations. 3 shows in each package, 3 weeks worth. And today, I had to make a special edition for DC TV and a special edition for Danbury. And then I sent one for Greenbelt, Maryland. And sent the Sony DV Cam, which DC TV requires and Queens Public Access requires. Those got into the mailbox by 11 o'clock to be picked up by the carrier. And it's a good thing I didn't wait for this, because this was another 3 hours to find out which tapes had to be sent to Andrew Hersman to be put up onto YouTube. He can use only mini DV. He can't use an analog. That means he can't use a VHS. And in order to find out what was on the tapes, which ones to keep here, which was a new set of programs to be edited in a couple of weeks, and which was the set to be put up onto YouTube, I had to open the new Sony Mini DV Cam. That was Sebastian. I had to open it and learn how to work it insofar as to rewind and play, because the old Sony Mini DV Cam won't play and rewind because the touch screens are all worn out. So finally I got the tapes ready to send to Andrew Hersman to go up onto YouTube. This is programs 4,480, edition 1 through 4,499. No, excuse me, 4,495, edition 16. It sort of whirls your mind around, doesn't it? There's so much to keep track of. But it was jubilation, and I wanted to share it with you. The new Sony Mini DV DCR H26 camcorder. A great accomplishment of God mind to the human mind. You're a handsome boy. You're a very handsome boy. You're very affectionate. What's your history? What is your history? Where were you born? How long ago? And how did you get here? What do you think.com? You're a cute little kitty. Yeah. Abide with me. Fast falls the evening tide. The darkness deepens. Lord, with me abide. When other helpers fail and comforts flee, help of the helpless, Lord, abide with me.
Thank you. Sir, you have a great day.
You too. What do you get when you cross a goat with an owl? What do you get when you cross a goat with an owl?
I have no idea.
A hootenanny.
You know what?
What?
You make me laugh every time. Nanny.
I wish he were happy. He is not happy.
No, he never has been because he keeps marrying over and over. That's what I blame him about. Can't seem to find what he's looking for, and then he makes other people unhappy.
Yes, and I also pray for the people at 4995. They are not happy either.
No, I'm glad they're not happy. I wish I could have fed them more.
I pray for them.
They did to me.
I pray for them to reach their oneness with God and their greatness.
I hope.
Not only, I would like to see them happy, but also we need them on our side.
Yes.
We need good people.
We need good people.
So I pray for their, what do you call it? I pray for their redemption. How's that?
Oh, all right.
You take care.
It will do.
The man who owned the store, he was talking to his employee. And he said, I saw you arguing with a customer. Did I tell you that? I did. Did I tell you the one about the man who was so well behaved? The woman asked him, why are you so well behaved?
No, I didn't know that.
And the man said, it was my father. When I was a boy, every time I was well behaved, he gave me a penny and he pat me on the head. By the time I was 18 years old, I had $20 and a flat head. A little boy was somewhat puzzled by all the exchanging of gifts on Christmas morning, because he had been taught in Sunday school that it was the birthday of Jesus, the Savior. And finally, after a long period of silence, he asked Mommy, when are we going to give Jesus his present? I thought it was his birthday. Well, stop and think about that. Does anybody else stop and think about that? And what's the present that Jesus wants? You. Your happiness, your completeness, your wholeness. You. The perfect person.
He might have to go to one.
Oh, did you know that a neurotic builds castles in the air, and a psychotic lives in castles in the air, and a psychiatrist collects rent from both of them?
That's a good one. That one I like.
So what is the little kitten saying? He's saying, get off of the top of my head.